Hey everyone, my name's Teresa. I do a lot of nanny, childcare related videos on this channel, along with acting videos, and I guess I can't really say braces anymore because I don't have braces anymore, and things in between. So if any of that interests you, be sure to hit subscribe down below and hit the like button if this is helpful for you guys. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head and what I know, what I've been through. So yeah. Hey guys, I usually do not go live this late in the day. It's almost noon here. And my birthday is on Thursday. And because my school schedule is so hectic and I literally have no clue what is going on with it, I decided to make my cake early so I can have that like out of the way and just focus on school, get all my schoolwork done before my birthday, all that kind of stuff. So today I thought I would talk about handling conflict with your employer. This is always hard, especially if you're somebody like me and you do not like face-to-face confrontation. It's really, really hard. So I think first and foremost, before we even kind of really talk about the conflicts that can come up, you should talk about how do they want to handle this? Do they want to have meetings with you periodically, like once a month, and you all just sit down as a group and talk about what's going good, what's not going good? That's totally an option. I think that's great. And if you go that route, I think it's extremely important that the kids are not present when you are talking about this stuff. And even if it's not in like kind of a formal setting, if you're just talking about it and you're talking about something that doesn't really necessarily so much have to do with the kids and their behavior, whatever, it's always best to have conversations when kids are out of the room. So, the first thing you should do is figure out how do they want to have these conversations? Do they want to sit down as a group thing and openly talk about it face to face? Are they okay with texting it and then potentially calling afterwards, or do they want a phone call instead? That's the first thing you need to do. Personally, I know this from being a business major and just in general, like face to face is always the way to go. However, not everybody's comfortable with that. Many times we honestly just end up texting each other things that are going on, and so it works for us. I'm completely fine with it. And yeah, so first foremost, find out how they want to have the conversation. And then it's time to tackle what is the actual conflict. So, really hone into what the actual conflict is. Now, I had a conflict come up before in the past where it was about cleaning supplies. And what had happened was they were gone for a bit. I was watching the dogs, and I just always kind of noticed and kept in the back of my head, like, we are constantly going through paper towels, and we do not have enough paper towels to last us a week. Like, it's just that. The kids are always, whenever they clean up, it's always paper towel, paper towel, paper towel. They had a puppy at the time, and so with the accidents, obviously it's just easier to use a paper towel to clean that up. So that was the one thing, a part of that. Also, we seem to not really have disinfecting wipes, and there was something else. Maybe those were the only 2 things at the time. I wanted to make sure really that we always had disinfecting wipes, disinfecting spray, that was the other thing, and paper towels. And so she got really offended by it. However, it was really bad timing on my part because they did recently have a death in the family, and so they were grieving, and it's never good to talk to somebody if there's something heavy going on in their lives. So hone into what is the conflict here. Because of this whole issue between us, I realized that the arguments that we were saying were not necessarily about having cleaning products on hand, but it was organization. So that's why it's best to just take a few minutes and figure out, okay, what is the actual problem here? What are we arguing about? The next step is to prepare yourself to have this conversation. I think in any case, it is best to educate yourself on the conflict. So for me, when I went through that whole cleaning supplies organization mess, no pun intended, I really did research. From being a business major, I know that if I was in a normal job, when it came to cleaning and sanitizing and well, not really organization, but cleaning and sanitizing, I would have OSHA to protect me. And OSHA is a like government owned company, I think, that protects employees in the real world from serious injuries, little injuries. They make sure that, during this weird time in the world, things are being properly sanitized and clean. You don't have that when you're a nanny. Okay. So that's something you need to know is you don't have certain legislations to protect you as a nanny. And so that's really hard to navigate, and this doesn't just go for nannies, by the way. OSHA actually does not protect you if you are a household employee. I don't know if they protect you if you're an independent contractor, which is totally different from being nannies. Nannies by IRS, you're classified as a household employee. So I'm not sure if that protects with independent contractors. I think it might. I don't really know. Honestly, I haven't looked too much into that, but that's not really my round of expertise. So, first and foremost is to educate yourself on the conflict. Since my conflict was about sanitizing and organization, I did the research and I looked up legislation about that and how that fits into household employees and stuff like that. Excuse me. So then it's time to kind of figure out what are the questions you want to ask as well. I think it goes a lot better in any conflict if you can ask a question like, why, like, try ask a question to kind of get how to walk my dog, based how I am just asking. Still interacting? So some questions to have some questions if you